Let us hear the story of Sita's previous birth, a tale filled with divine mystery found in the Anand Ramayana. Once upon a time, in the ancient past, there lived a powerful king named Padmaksh. He had a deep desire to have goddess Lakshmi as his daughter. To fulfill his wish, King Padmaksh began to worship Lakshmi Devi with devotion and learned from her that only Lord Vishnu could grant this boon. Determined, Padmaksh began intense penance to please Lord Vishnu, and through his devotion he finally succeeded. Lord Vishnu appeared before him and granted him a boon in form of a bijora, a fruit that belongs to the lemon family. When the king broke open the fruit, he saw a radiant girl with a golden glow inside it. Overwhelmed, he lovingly accepted her as his daughter. Since she was born to Padmaksh, people began calling her Padma. She grew gracefully like the waxing moon in the bright fortnight, bringing joy to all. As she came of age, the king began to worry. Who could be worthy enough to marry my divine daughter? After consulting all his ministers, he decided to arrange for a swayamvar, a ceremony where a princess chooses her husband from a gathering of suitors, and also began the preparation for a grand yagna. Invitations were sent to kings from all regions, and many arrived adorned in rich garments and ornaments. Amongst the guests were not just humans but also devatas, gandharvas, demons, sea creatures, mountains, trees, yakshas, and even Ravan himself. Seeing such a vast gathering, King Padmaksh declared a condition. Whoever among you can turn their body into the color of the sky, that is blue, will win my daughter's hand. Hearing this seemingly impossible condition, many kings prepared for battle, hoping to win her by force. A grand war broke out and Padmaksh fought valiantly, defeating all the humans and the devatas. But eventually the demons attacked and killed King Padmaksh. News of the king's death spread like wildfire. Fear and panic gripped the palace and kingdom. The demons, in search of Padma, stormed through the palace. Before they could capture her, Padma surrendered herself to the sacred fire. All believed that she was burnt to ashes. Terrified, the queens followed suit and jumped into the fire and sacrificed their lives. The entire kingdom was reduced to ashes, just like a cremation ground. The demons left, having destroyed everything. But Padma, empowered by Lord Vishnu's divine energy, was not dead. One day, she was sitting near the fire when Ravan, flying in his Pushpak Viman, saw the radiant Padma near the fire and was instantly enchanted. He descended to capture her, but Padma once again disappeared into the fire. Ravan laughed arrogantly, saying, "Now I know your hiding place. I will uncover this fire pit completely." He poured water repeatedly to extinguish the fire, but Padma was nowhere to be found. Instead, he found 5 radiant gems inside. He sealed them in a box and carried them back to Lanka, placing the box in his divine temple. He then went to his wife Mandodari and said to her, "O Mandodari, I have bought divine gems for you with great effort. They will bring you immense joy. I have kept them in a box in the temple. Go and take them." Mandodari eagerly went to the box, but no matter how hard she tried, she couldn't move it. Embarrassed, she told Ravan. He laughed and tried himself, first with 2 hands and then with all 20. But even he failed and was now frightened. Suddenly, the box opened on its own, and instead of gems, a golden girl emerged. She was a radiant young child, shining with the brilliance of the sun. Her divine light was so intense that it blinded the eyes of the Rakshasas who looked at her. At the sight of this beautiful maiden, Ravan's relatives, sons, and ministers gathered around her in amazement. Ravan then narrated the whole story to Mandodari, how he had obtained the girl, the events at the battlefield, and everything about King Padmaksh. Upon hearing the story, Mandodari was filled with fear and anger. She said to Ravan, "This girl is a destroyer of lineages. a harbinger of doom. Knowing all this, why did you bring her to Lanka? She is dangerous and will bring destruction to your dynasty. If she is like this in her childhood, who knows what havoc she can cause when she grows up? I am certain she will be the cause of your death. She should not be kept in Lanka even for a moment. Ravan realized the truth in Mandodari's words. He consulted with his ministers and called the messengers and ordered them. Seal this girl inside the chest once again, place her carefully into the flying chariot, the Pushpak Viman, and take her far away into the forest. Leave her there. Following his orders, the Rakshasas placed the chest in the Pushpak Viman and set off via the aerial route. As they were about to depart, Mandodari said to them, "This girl who causes destruction just by being seen must be buried deep within the earth, out of sight. Let her not be seen by anyone. If by chance she ends up in the house of a householder who has conquered his senses, she will bring prosperity to that home. And if someone sees the entire world as a reflection of the divine self, then she will stay in his home for a long time. This is certain." As the messengers prepared to carry out the order, the girl suddenly spoke. "I am going now, but I shall return one day to destroy the Rakshas and to kill Ravan along with his ministers and sons." This was the very same girl Padma who was later buried in the land owned by King Janaka. This land had been given as a gift to a Brahmin. When the Brahmin plowed the land, he discovered a chest, and from the chest emerged Sita. Lord Ram later married Sita, and it was she who ultimately became the cause of Ravan and his lineage's destruction.